something that you do?
So the question was, how does my day look like? First of all, that's a more apt question for a much more mature company like Nathan's, because he's the owner of a 200 employee company. Mine's 12 people. And I can tell you what my day was like before my business model was identified and discovered, what my day looks like now, and what it hopefully will look like tomorrow. So I always think, like, I need to tell you where my company is at this stage, so that you guys don't overshoot and think that's, like, you know, at the level of his or thesis. But so when I first started, my day looked insanity, because I was trying to discover something. I was trying to invent something, and I didn't know what that thing was going to be. So I literally was looking for every possible waking hour to try what new experiment can I try to uncover something else. I was trying to move math scores. I was trying to find a solution that would have the deepest impact in education in math. And so that was predominantly a period of what about this, and just running through experiments, setting them up, and then going through them. So every day was like a failure, but it was planned, systematic failure. And that was for about 2.5 years. It started to mature. There was aspects that worked. So investors kick in, customers paying a little bit of revenue just to get it going. A lot of scaffolding from investors, but it was essentially running experiments. So the day looked unproductive from a person who's very organized and structured, but it had its own sides. Now my day is actually transitioning from that to managing people and less managing things and product, and trying to get better as a manager and trying to structure efficiencies around, we're going through growth. So we're really successful here in Ontario. Half the province is paying for it. I'm trying to break into other markets, but I need partnerships with bigger companies. So my day looks a lot like trying to become an operator and a manager of people. And I can tell you, I am by no means an expert in that. I lean on other people to give me that mentorship. What my day hopefully will look like is what his day probably looks like, or what a Rathisan or someone else's day would look like.
Question for you also. In fact, I can remember that when I invited you for the children's birthday party in the basement, it was a very talented, actually you had a very nice magician show for the children. At the same time, you had a grand show when the CTCC chamber had a trade show in the Downsview Park. It was given the stage. You had a very good passion and a talent on the magician field. What made you to change from that 15 years of the magician to your present wonderful...
Thank you for the question. That's a really good question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that's a really good question. Basically what Nathan and I said sort of made him pursue the same business was boredom. So I reached a point at Kondatam. I kept watching these videos of David Copperfield, and then I tried to replicate David Copperfield. And then when I watched the video coming out of Kondatam, and then I watched the David Copperfield video, I started to realize one thing: that did not look like David Copperfield. My performance was nowhere near that, and I didn't know why. Second thing I noticed, I was trying really hard, and I couldn't go beyond what I was, largely because David Copperfield was a business with many magicians and people, and I was a small guy. And so I was like, should I start a business like David Copperfield? And I realized that that particular industry was on its decline. The David Copperfield was already invented. The magicians of that time that rose during their time, the Houdinis, there wasn't going to be a new Houdini. David Blaine came in, street magic, new form, but these were all pioneered. And I started to appreciate other passions, technology and building things, and I realized I wanted to do social impact. That was also, because I did a lot of volunteer work during the tsunami and during 2009 with a lot of journalists being killed, and I realized social impact was important for my passion. So I just had some general ideas of like what I need to do. This was my peak, and it was no longer something I wanted to keep going. And so what was the next thing? And I actually spent some time trying to figure it out, and that's literally what pivoted me into that journey. So it was a good question, and it really was finding something that you cared about.
Congratulations, wish you all the best. One for Nathan. And Nathan, you mentioned that when you had the project for the concrete blocks, and then that was success, and the bottle industry was not success. What made that one failure? What was the failure for that bottle industry? Because at the moment in Canada, the bottle industry is growing up, the water bottle industry is growing up, and the world also is growing up. What made you to fail that particular project in Jaffna?
Right.
So I didn't have the right resources to run that business. So it needs some technical ability to run that water, it's called reverse osmosis system. I couldn't find any technical people there. So I hired the people and they initiated the work and they migrated to Australia. So I cannot blame them. So I trained them and when they get an opportunity in Canada or Australia, they leave. That part I didn't.
If you're going to continue that one again for the present, maybe you can try.
It's a failure because I didn't foresee that. I didn't realize. That time is in a high in 2009. I just went and did so many things. So I made a lot of. Not every business is going to be successful. Sometimes people surround you and make it success. The concrete was success because it's a low tech, and I can have the people. Then they're going to stay in the country. Right. So these are like a technical people. I didn't realize it. These technical people will leave. Right. So that's a mistake.
Maybe Conduit can take on that initiative.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
It's a question for Ganesh.
So sorry.
Before the question, I just want to tell you guys, I've been in business about 10 to 13 years. And from the feedback, what we get from today, did you guys learn anything today? Did your mindset change?
Yes.
Definitely, it should change. Right? That's the reason we came. So, what they put together today, after the success, you have to give back to the community, right? That's what we need to do. So, my feedback, become success. Through the employment, you cannot do anything. So, become a businessman, find a way to become a businessman, and do something for the community. That's very important, okay? That's my feedback.
Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot my question. No, so it's for Ganesh. I'm not sure whether 2 years back I asked you for the fidget. Fidget is a kind of more like
Any questions?
it has some kind of movements involved in that. So I asked you whether have you thought about moving that into a kind of a green energy resources? Was there any improvement on that side?
Of course, but there's IP on that. No, I'm kidding. Again, I think it goes in line with Travis's talk, right? Like you start with a certain niche and industry, but then you add more features to it. So I think I embraced, and I think I'd like to leave this with you guys, is I started thinking about the functionality. What is the important function that is necessary for today? And right now, it's just for the special needs community. In the back end, I'm still building like random tools and toys on the sustainability side of things, of conserving energy, because again, kinetic energy can be preserved, can be used again. So that's just like another passion, but as for right now, it's a hard focus on the community of special needs. But I wanted to make a note and a question, I guess, a request to Kumaranana. Thank you for the initiative of Conduit. Thank you for sitting in a room filled with amazing folks, just like everybody at this panel. I'd like to make a request for you to redefine what entrepreneurship looks like, because I think everybody highlights that it's just businesses and just business men. There's also a woman on this panel. Thank you very much. But it's more than just coming up with ideas and whatnot. It's about fueling passion. And I really wanted to highlight I want to claim them as my little brothers. I know they're going to kill me for this, but Mathushin, Mahindas, and Matankin Iranjan, please get up. These two individuals are actually boxers. So these are individuals from our Tamil community who are boxers, who are disciplined boxers. I mean, now I'm going to expose myself that I've seen them in the gym, which means I also box. But I've seen these individuals for the past year on a day-to-day basis who have grown. I've learned to understand how passionate they are, how disciplined they are, and one of their dreams is to take this art form back to Sri Lanka and inspire other people to not use boxing or see the form of boxing as violence. It's about discipline. So for Conduit, if you redefined what entrepreneurs or artists or advocates look like, please do include sports, because there are leaders and individuals just like them who are looking for that kind of community that you mentioned, to be inspired to really place a name. Like, they are recognized by Ontario and on a national basis of boxing champions. So shout outs to them. Keep doing what you're doing. And please do support them for their international bouts, because they've been representing Canada on an international basis, but let them represent what Sri Lankan Tamil guys are about too. So. Congratulations.
Can you guys, I have a question.
Sure.
Can you guys go tomorrow?
I'm still in school. We'll talk about it.
Maybe in the summer.
Yeah.
We have one last question, then we're going to wrap everything up.
This is for Deepan. Just can you shed some points about your new business you started with Kula? How's it?
It's a business, like, I've been traveling quite a long time. Since '96 I've been traveling, so I travel quite a bit countries. So every time I go to a place, I needed a place to sit and work. And I had this idea for a long time, and then we wanted to set up an office space, a co-working space. Actually, the co-working industry, it's a booming, it's a $1 billion industry. And we had an opportunity to consolidate all our businesses. We had a couple of businesses, and then took a bigger space and then converted that space into a co-working space, so that people, especially the people from Melbourne area or the East Scarborough, the east end of the Toronto, it's been kind of neglected. There's no space. You can go and sit and work in a coffee shop or Tim Hortons or Starbucks, but not a really proper office space. So we set up an 8,000 square feet office space, co-working space. We have rooms, we have daily rooms, meeting rooms, courtrooms, training rooms, various opportunity rooms available for entrepreneurs or even established businesses to use and utilize for the space, and it's thriving.
We use it.
Oh yeah. Travis uses it.
A lot of my teammates go there for meetings as well. It's really convenient location. So
yeah, it's right 10 Thorn Mountain Drive. It's not an advertisement, so please. Morning Chat and Shepherd.
I think that'd be really useful for a lot of the people that are starting up their businesses soon. So, you don't have any studio space or anything, so definitely check out Newton. Okay, so now we would like to wrap everything up. I know everyone's getting really tired. So I would like to call upon Kubes Neva, who is a VP Internal Affairs at CTCC, to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Kira. Now let's give it up for our awesome MC first. Okay, guys. Again, like Kira said, I'm Kubes. I'm the VP of Internal Affairs here. In my profession, I'm a lawyer by profession. I deal with a lot of businesses. We help a lot of businesses do great things. And I've dealt with businesses in all regards, making hundreds of thousands of dollars to hundreds of millions of dollars. And let me tell you, I've met many of the leaders, and you guys are here surrounded by some powerhouse in this room. And maybe you guys have heard them and you guys got that energy, but I would like to reiterate that for every single one of these speakers here are powerhouses in their own regard. So let's give it all a round of applause. We are concluding this event right now. I know some of you guys might want to have sort of a one-on-one with them. So the next door is open. There's drinks, non-alcoholic and alcoholic drinks over there. If you guys want to have a drink and talk to anybody, I don't know how everybody can stay for a few minutes. You guys can mix and mingle there. So again, thank you for coming.